All right, y'all. We got another one today. It's gonna be a bit of a weird one. We have two anonymous collectors going to be stopping by. Um, and if you've been following me on Instagram, then you'll know one of them is Bruce Leroy. He is heavy on the like native Aztec pieces, grill pieces. He has a lot of sample pieces that a lot of people haven't even seen. So I did have the pleasure of, having a conversation with him. He does want to keep his identity anonymous. So we're going to have like a little chat bubble right here and it'll pop up and we'll have some of his either thoughts or have him saying what he needs to say right here in this area. We're also going to show a couple of his pieces and I'll be working with him in the future just to have more content to speak about. Also, we're going to have Lord Ralph London. He's another anonymous collector out in London, and he's been doing this a long time. So we're going to also have him, appear in like another bubble as well. They both sent me a couple pieces that they just recently picked up. So we're going to try to dive into that and we're going to just get right into it, guys. All right. So if you can look right here, boom. All right. So now we got officially Bruce Leroy right here. And I do want to talk about, one of these pieces that he has. So if you look real closely, like right here, I'm not sure if you guys can see it. I'm not sure. Hold up. Let me try that one more time. There it is. Okay. There we go. I had a little bit of trouble getting that out of there. All right. So we're going to take a look at this peacoat. It's very nice. That's one thing I can say about it. He definitely said that this is one of his most recent grill pieces that he grabbed. And it's definitely from one of the older American lines from Ralph Lauren. So we're going to just listen to what he had to say about it.
Thank you for having me on. This was a sold out piece. This is a Ralph Lauren RL Beacon Peacoat from the older RL American collection. It has some of my favorite features: oversized shawl collar, double-breasted closure, leather pocket trim, and the corduroy lining on the pocket closures. There is also a matching rack sack with premium leather and brass hardware.
Oh man, look. So at this point, obviously we just doing the best we can. So look, I'm gonna post up a couple more still pictures of the same jacket just to give you a little bit more, insight on the details and the craftsmanship that was posted with it. So you can look at this one and these two right here. So if you want, we can go into a little bit more detail on that on the next one. But let's just go ahead and clear this stuff out of here. So now, a couple other pieces that he did pick up and he's looking, to expand on would be the Ralph Lauren Home Collection. Like he said, he doesn't have a lot. So I'm just going to post two of them right here, just so you guys can look and see what we were talking about. And then it's going to be like this one right here. And then we're going to have this one right here. Even myself, I don't have too many pieces from the home collection, but I'm definitely going to try to get some in the future. All right. So come on. Let's see if we can get Lord London on the line. So we about to get into this with Lord Ralph London. I have him right here in the chat bubble. So this one's going to be a little bit different. He sent me a couple things via chat that he just picked up. And there's also a couple items that I'm going to be posting that you can find on his Instagram. Once again, I'll put his handle in the description below. That way you can go follow and make sure you send him a like. All right. So the first thing we're going to talk about, he's kind of like all over the place with his collection. I'm not going to sit here and say he has a specific niche, but he does tend to collect from different eras, different cultures. He can go, more preppy. He does dabble in more of the urban style as well. So first we're going to go with the uni symbol. This one I'm pretty sure you can find on his page. And I'm going to post it right here. And This one I really like. It's not too flashy. It's a gray shawl with the uni crest on the chest, and he did match it well with the two bags, as you can see in the picture. Um, the green bags to me was a nice touch. I have a couple uni pieces in my collection, and I do recommend if you can grab a couple, go ahead and do it. Um, the thing I really like about the gray shawl right here is the simplicity of it. Don't get me wrong, sometimes you want to make a statement, you want to be bold, but sometimes you can keep it simple. You can definitely pair that with a nice jacket, a overcoat, pea coat, or something like that. Or if you want to get more urban with it, maybe like a puffer coat, puffer jacket with some boots, some Timberlands, or you can even go with some leather moccasins, in my opinion. So that's definitely something that I would grab if I seen it up on, like, one of the sites like eBay or something. So, that's my recommendation. So, just to keep it moving, because he has a lot in his collection. So I'm going to post the next one. Is that it also has the uni on it. Now this one is definitely more of a rare collector's item. So if you're just getting into this, I wouldn't be so beat up on yourself because you don't have it. So this one right here, this is the Big Crest Uni sweater. And I think on the back right here, it has the yellow uni on the small chest right there. So, and that's a jacket. So, in my opinion, I would love to have this in my collection, but the prices that I see is really not matching what I can do at the moment. And that's if I see it at all. You're rarely going to see a piece like this up for sale. You may see it on someone's Instagram or, on Pinterest or something like that, just as a photo. But to actually see it for sale, it doesn't come around a lot. So, that's why when guys do see it for sale, they're, quick to jump on it. Or if someone does have it, they'll put a huge price tag on it because it isn't something cheap that you can, just find anywhere laying around, or you can, just stumble across it in a Macy's or something like that. You're really not going to find this right here. Um, and that's one thing I do really like about his collection. It's vast. It's vast. So just to keep things moving on, the next one we're going to post up. We're gonna switch lanes a little bit. He does have, like I said, a nice preppy collection as well. Like rugbies, nice button-up shirts, sweater vests, cable knit cardigans, things like that. So if you look at this one right here, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. He has the sweater vest with well, to me it does match, but it's a nice blazer coat right there with the chest embroidery. So I'm just going to talk on the vest for right now. As you can see, it does have the pinstripe lining around the collar, very iconic. And the cable knit does look very tight, and I can tell it's in great condition. Also with the jacket, I'm not sure. It does look like a cotton material, but the cream does kind of, come out well. I think it's cream, or it could be white. You know how sometimes lighting, but either way, um, I don't I don't have that jacket in my collection. I'm not sure if I have that sweater vest in my collection. I may have something similar to it. That's one thing Ralph does. He'll have the same sweater or sweater vest or jacket and just put different colorways, or he'll swap out the colors and maybe like put the red on the outside and then the yellow on the inside, or the yellow on the outside, vice versa. Um, so just to move on, like I said, I'm not trying to move too fast, but I do want to get through these so we can all see what he has to offer. Um, And like I said, if you check out his Instagram, you'll see like what's posted via link on his social media, what's for sale and what's not for sale. He's very variable about what he keeps in his collection and what he's going to post for sale. And I personally feel like what he does post for sale, he's doing a good, uh, has a good deal, and he's posting things that most people would keep, but he does also keep things for himself. So this one, we're gonna go to more of like a sports thing. He has this bicycle post, and this one is on his Instagram. It's from the cyclist collection from Ralph Lauren, and you can see that one right here. Um, I really don't own any of the cyclist items, but this one right here, I know it's sought after. A lot of people do like to try to grab it when it's up for grabs. Definitely one of the older pieces. Has the big pedal gear on it. Um, I'm not sure if that's the one. I think Busta Rhymes wore. I'm not sure. It could be. I think I seen a picture of the rapper Busta Rhymes wearing a cyclist shirt like that from I think the late '80s, early '90s, something like that. But yeah, so this may be the one. I'm not 100% sure. If anyone wants to correct me, you can definitely correct me in the comments below, just to give me a little bit more insight on that. Um, I recently got into biking because I've been running and stuff, but I recently got into biking. So I could see myself wearing that, maybe, while I'm out biking, but don't really see me wearing something like that, just like hanging out or anything like that. But I would definitely use it for its purpose. And knowing Ralph Lauren is definitely a good quality and good material. So you'll probably get a lifelong, use out of it, especially if you take care of it and make sure it's clean and all that. So, and last but finally not least, I want to go into one of my favorite posts of his before we go into a personal item that he has himself. So everyone knows I'm big on collecting birds, Ralph Lauren mallards, pheasants, ducks, eagles, whatever you name it. So he has a Marlux layout with the matching vest. Now I'll be honest with you, I've been looking for this vest for a while. I still haven't got my hands on it, and the fact that he has it in his collection, I'm going to post it right here, and you guys can see it. Excuse me. Wow. But this one right here blew my mind when he posted it, because I know I've been looking for it for a while. When he posted it, I was like, wow, he actually has it in his collection. And the button-up shirt is a great touch to go with it. Um, and in my personal opinion, I would definitely grab both of these items if they came my way. And if you want my personal recommendation, if you see either one of these items, I would definitely grab it as well, especially if you can get it for within your price range. And it's not really breaking the bank. The button up, nice gray. I sold one like it. I was going to say I sold that one, but I didn't have that one. I sold one like it. Um, it didn't have like the words on it. It just had like the little moloch on the back, well, the pheasant on the back. Um, I gave mine away for, I think it was a reasonable price. I think I put it on eBay, maybe like 60, 70 bucks or something like that. Don't get me to, standing on it, but I know I did get rid of it. Because at certain times, like I just have so many items that, if I'm not really, feeling it no more, I'll get rid of it. And, sometimes I'll even just forget I've had stuff. And then that's how I'll double up on things, because I'll forget I'll have something and then I'll grab it again in another colorway. And then it's like when I'm moving things around, I'm just like, okay, but enough about that. So, the vest, I haven't touched that yet, and I would definitely like to get my hands on this vest. His is not for sale. Trust me, I've already tried. But once again, if you can definitely find this vest, I would recommend getting it. Once again, if it's in your price range, obviously don't make any bad decisions if you don't have to. But yeah, so we're gonna conclude this one. Like I said, I want this to progress just a little bit more when it comes to this segment, because they're not the only anonymous collectors, that, want to be a part of this, but, they're still, kind of not feeling the need to step in front of the camera. So I respect that. And I do respect the fact that they're working with me and they're even participating. I do have a lot more in store. I do have people that I'm already interviewing, and I have people lined up for interviews. Um, my content hadn't been pushed out as much because of, just personal things in my phone, but I'm working on my new phone. So, and once I got my new phone and got in contact with everyone that I was previously in contact with, they let me know that they're still on board. So, uh, it's going to be a nice ride, and I hope you guys, come back again just to see what we have in store. Okay, so make sure you follow the links. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. Make sure you leave a like. Make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you like and subscribe here on YouTube. All right, so y'all have a good one. Peace.